Good afternoon, class. My name is Terrence Brown, and I'll be giving you my presentation on assignment number one. The community that I currently reside in is Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fayetteville is the home of the nearby Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base, where several military airborne units are stationed. The military personnel population and the culture which has diffused throughout the area has made the city one of the world's first sanctuaries for military families. And as most of you know, that I'm currently active duty military, and I'm also in an airborne unit. Okay, so Fayetteville at glance. The metro population is 377,800. The majority of industries is defense and education, and we'll get into that a little bit later on in the slideshow. The gross metro product is 15.5 billion dollars. The median household income is 43,092 dollars per year. The medium home price, the average price of a home in Fayetteville, North Carolina, is $121,900, which is significantly low if some people are up north or way out west in California or New York or any of those areas may say that the medium home price is very cheap compared to the higher cost living areas like California or New York. The unemployment rate is 7%. Job growth in 2014 is down 0.7%. The cost of living is 4.1% below the national average. The college attainment is 22.3%, and the net migration for 2014 is negative 1,140. All right. So on this slide, the population breakdown by 2012 by the race for Fayetteville, North Carolina. As we can see, the blue represents Fayetteville, North Carolina. The purple represents North Carolina state as a whole, and the green represents the United States. So as we can see, the Caucasian race in Fayetteville is significantly low compared to the U.S. and North Carolina as a whole, but the Black and African American population inside of Fayetteville is significantly higher compared to the state and the national levels, and so on and so forth, as you can see below. All right, the age population for Fayetteville, North Carolina. As like the previous slide, blue represents Fayetteville, the city. Purple represents North Carolina, the state, and the green represents United States as a whole. What sticks out to me the most on this slide is ages 18 to 24 and ages 25 to 34, because they're way higher than the state average or the national average. I think mainly 18 to 24-year-olds and 25 to 34-year-olds. I feel that the military plays a huge role in those age groups and why they're so much higher than the North Carolina average and the national averages. And below you can see what other age groups and what Fayetteville compares to the state and the national averages. All right, so go back. Some of the institutions that's in Fayetteville that plays, some of the important institutions in Fayetteville are Fayetteville Technical Institute, which is a college, Fayetteville State University, and the Department of Veteran Affairs Medical Center. Some of the other important things that I didn't talk about are the sites of interest to include, the Airborne and Special Ops Museums, Fayetteville Park and Fayetteville Festival Park, and the Cape Fear Botanical Gardens and River Trail. And I think that, with Fayetteville being a large military city, that it's important to have the Department of Veterans Affairs Medical Center located here in the city so that everybody can get, the necessary treatment that they, well deserve. All right, and another important institute, like I spoke about it before, is Fort Bragg. This is just a picture of a Skycam picture from one of the brigades that's at Fort Bragg, and which is what brings most of the community or most of the people to Fayetteville, is because of military obligations. Um, and for those that don't know, Fort Bragg, any military base is kind of like a small city inside of a city. We have our own grocery store. We have our PX, which is kind of like a super Walmart, or Sam's, or if you want to compare it to an outside. We have our gas stations, have our housing. We pretty much have everything inside of a army installation is what they do on the outside. So it makes life a little bit easier here. All right, so this is a map of Fayetteville, North Carolina, as you can see by the red dot, where Fayetteville is located. You can see right up here in the corner where Fort Bragg is, and some of the surrounding areas like Spring Lake and Hope Mills, which is another one that's not on here, is Rayford. And most of the military community, they live in, within this area, within a, 25, 35-mile radius of Fayetteville, the city. All right, so what makes a good community? After reading the article, I found out that what makes a good community is based on your own perspective. Um, for my perspective, what makes a good community is safety, the goods and services that could be offered, the common goals and values, predictability, and opportunities. The article that we were assigned to read also hit on some of those points. Also, I think that Fayetteville is an okay community to live in. It's certain areas that I would, try to stay away from. That's not as good as others come in my eyes. But some of the areas in surrounding counties, like a lot of military people live in Spring Lake, or they live in Hope Mills, or they live in Rayford, just because of it, I guess, in their eyes, that it's considered to be a good neighborhood. Um, I thank you guys for watching my video, and I look forward to hearing from all of you guys' comments and suggestions. Thank you.